A year in review as 2022 has come and gone, and we are now visiting with Kelly Brunkhorst with the Nebraska Corn Board and Nebraska Corn Growers Association. Kelly, first of all, thanks so much for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Always appreciate the opportunity, Alex, and my pleasure.
All right, we look back at 2022. A lot of things happened for Nebraska corn producers and your guys' organization. First of all, we'll hit on the organization, those highlights as you look back. What are they?
Well, from the association perspective, we're celebrating 50 years. We're coming to a close of celebrating those 50 years of working on behalf of our membership base, and we can't hardly take that opportunity of not looking back, but it's also an opportunity where we look ahead, knowing that there's challenges, but there's also opportunities as we look at the next 50 years of serving the industry.
All right, you look back for the Nebraska corn industry. They faced a lot of challenges in 2022, and I think those are probably going to move over into 2023, but some high spots too. Recap the year for us.
Well, we can't talk about the year in review without talking about weather and the significance of this drought has had on the state of Nebraska, but also as we have seen it really move east into the eastern corn belt, north into the northern plains. And so drought will continue to be with us as we move into 2023. Obviously, we continue to hope for some cold weather, some moisture in the form of snow or rain, and obviously we're going to rely heavily on some spring rains going into 2023. Trade is always a big issue for us, and we continue to press this administration to, one, get engaged, but obviously we have big concerns about this decree in Mexico, where they are proposing to ban human consumption of GMO corn, which affects the imports of our corn going down into our number one customer in Mexico. But it also has a more of a connection back to the state of Nebraska because we lead in white corn production. And with Mexico's diet being heavily influenced or utilization of white corn, it's a big concern for us as we continue to look ahead and look back at the opportunities and challenges of 2023.
Yeah, you talk about those issues with trade. Another thing we always think about, the Farm Bill coming up. What are you guys looking at when it comes to the Farm Bill?
Well, we continue to think that the foundation of the current Farm Bill is fantastic and has done the industry very well in providing the risk management opportunities, the tools around conservation, trade, and other research type of opportunities that is contained within the Farm Bill. So we see some tweaks happening. One of the big ones that we continue to always talk about is crop insurance. And while there doesn't need to be any changes to it, we want to make sure that that is continuing to be viable as a great risk management tool for producers across the state. But also as we look ahead in trade, we think about trade as the opportunities of working with partners and cooperators across the industry, exporting our products and being representatives of our grains and our value-added products around the world. And we see the need for additional dollars to be allocated into some of our trade programs that those cooperators utilize.
All right. That's a look back at 2022, a little bit of a preview into 2023. But Kelly, when you look forward to the year ahead, producers have a lot of obstacles to hurdle over, but what are you looking forward to?
One of the big things that we always talk about is the increased risk that producers are taking on. Obviously, commodity prices are high, which is great, but they're needed because of the high input prices. And as we look about the challenges of what's happening in Ukraine with the invasion that's taken place and how that has totally disrupted a key supply market into the worldwide market, but it's created opportunities for us. And obviously, we will continue to look for opportunities of increased trade with new partners, expanding current partnerships, and continuing to press the administration to get engaged in those conversations. Risk management, as we continue to think about Farm Bill, we talked about Farm Bill moving into 2023 and the policies looking ahead that provides. And then as we look at exports domestically, we continue to have a great focus on California. It's a great market for us, not only for our feed grains, but especially for our ethanol. And so our ethanol plants are sending a lot of ethanol into California. We have a program that we're funding infrastructure dollars into California, and that has opened the market for about 29 million additional bushels of corn through our value-added ethanol industry. And so we continue to look for those opportunities too.
Kelly, you touched on domestic exports with the focus on California. Looking at international export opportunities, what are some new players that Nebraska Corn is looking at now that, COVID restrictions have eased a little bit and you guys have had the opportunity to go out and visit those people?
Yeah, one is going and visiting, but secondly is bringing them back into Nebraska and providing those opportunities where they visit with our farmers and ranchers and see firsthand the passion that they bring for the natural resources, the passion that they bring for producing the quality product that we feed to our families, we feed domestically, but just as importantly, creating those conversations with our international customers that we want to be partners with them in that opportunity to import those feed products and import those value-added red meat, ethanol products such as those also.
All right, Kelly, as we round out today's conversation, what's important to mention that we missed?
Well, obviously, as we go into holiday season, we want everybody to continue to reminisce with family and friends and have a safe holiday season. But more importantly, continue that optimism as we go into 23. We know we're going to have challenges, but sticking together as an industry, very broadly as agriculture, will continue to overcome those challenges and look for those optimistic opportunities that we can all take advantage of.
All right, a great update indeed. Kelly, thanks so much.
Thanks, Alex.